So let's move now. Let's get started. Time is of the essence. We can keep wasting time on this one because it's bad of. Yeah, it is bad of. So let's start with what is before us. It is very important, very essential. We got to have the information on that. We can escape it. It is very important. Though the government of the day don't want it to happen, but it has to happen because they had the time to make it happen. They don't want it to happen, but it has to happen because it is not their right to determine. It is not the Machiavellian theory, might makes right. It is what the law says. And if the government would pride itself on the fundamental principles of democracy, the rule of law, and the Constitution, then it must adhere to those the people intend to do. So we have just a couple of days ahead of us, and we took to get it off the ground till the day arrived. This morning, Israel had a very exhaustive time with that. But I took to discuss it from this angle, which wasn't highlighted, because this is key. This is the irony of it all. The Minister of Information thinks they are clever. So the propaganda is not working as they had thought it was going to work. The propaganda is not working at all. Under no circumstance is the propaganda working. The reason the propaganda isn't working because they do not know how to engage in a propaganda warfare. They do not know. So they mistake rhetoric for propaganda. Even though rhetoric is the same as propaganda, but rhetoric features are different from propaganda features. The same thing that he defended yesterday doesn't want it to happen today. He came out with what he thought that it was a strategy, but it doesn't speak to the conscience of any sound person because it is only an irony. He felt that he was persuading the people by telling them, using that means that they will not show up on the 17th. Before I go further, let me tell you that the government is afraid The government knows the strength. They've seen over the days and weeks the mobilization by Molba Molu and his team. They know how filled up vast majority of the people are with them. They are aware that it is the people's fundamental right. It is democratic. They are aware that they did the same. They went in defiance of the state when the government of the day said, no, it is not feasible for you to protest. They said they needed not anything called permission or permit. It was their fundamental rights as provided for by the Constitution, and so they were moving out. Unity Party had several protests against the WIA government. They were telling people they were protecting their children. When they were protesting, they did not bring out their children. They shielded the children from the protest. They kept some of them far from the protest. They kept their children, some of them, out of Liberia. Most of their children were out of Liberia. Why they too were not involved in the protest or with the protest, but they were supporting the protest by money, moral support, education, and everything. They shielded their children. Today, the Minister of Information goes around telling people that those who want to protest, they aren't serious. They know that the government is doing well. Yes, they want to protest. But they are not bringing their children. They are risking or want to risk your life. He felt that he was sounding right, but he wasn't sounding normal. That is complete abnormality. The same thing he's saying, that people should not get out to protest on July 17 because the protesters have their children or will not be using their children as shields. They love their children. They're concerned about the future of the children. They don't want their children to get hurt. So they should not join Molba Molu and the opposition and every other person to protest. Just a simple education. Protest is nothing violence. Protest is not violence. Protest is simply a petition or a position that a person or group of people as provided for by the Constitution present to their government. It is a statement detailing their grievances or their misgiving on certain things, or detailing progress made. A statement or a protest is in twofold. It can be a grievance or several grievances. It can also be a praise. But the word protest, it simply means a statement. It has got nothing to do with warfare, violence whatsoever. It is only the politician or politicians who don't want that will create or present it in a way that it is violent. A protest is simply to present your intent, your position, to make known. That's all. It is against that backdrop that the Constitution says that you have the right. You have the right to assemble, and the Constitution used the word petition. The citizens have the right to assemble, meaning it is unto them fundamentally, nothing should curtail that. And that way, they present their petition, which means a statement to the government. And the government, in return, receives the statement, and then the protesters move back, and the government moves with the petition. That's what it is. It is a fundamental pillar. It is a democratic tenet. It is uncompromising. It is untrading. That means you cannot trade it for anything. It is the inalienable rights of the people. It is what the law referred to as their franchise. Nobody today who have been following the regime of George Weah, that these people, that our Unity Party brothers and sisters didn't protest. They did protest. They had several protests, and some of their protests resulted into violent conduct. Some of the protests, they were involved fully. In fact, almost all or all of the protests, they were fully involved. We saw all of them at news conferences. We attended those news conferences. Most of the guys that in government today, they were behind the table, and we were asking them the questions: why you want to protest? Did you seek permission from the government? Did the government say it is your right to protest? And all of those questions were asked, and they gave defiant position. They were very defiant. They said it wasn't their right to seek permit, because the Constitution is the permit. Hence, the government of the day must allow them to protest. And they came out. They protested. They protested. Unity Party in opposition, several protests. Several protests. If you just got on the internet and asked for Unity Party protests against CDC government, the internet is the repository of knowledge. We are in the age of technology now. So everything is recorded, everything is picked up, everything is stored into that data. If you ask for Unity Party protest against the CDC government, they will give you several, everywhere. So much so that the BBC, VOA, Al Jazeera, all of those international networks will focus on Liberia, because Liberia was the hottest spot. It was the epicenter of protest. They felt that news was in Liberia more than any other place. So they will put their drones over Liberia. They will call officials from Unity Party. And you people heard Mo Ali, Al Jazeera, one of the interviews, asked him, why are you protesting? Why it's your party protesting against the government of George Weah? And Mo, as the spokesperson at that time for Unity Party, did give his position why they were doing it. He talked about the legislature being remote controlled by the Weah government. He talked about corruption, the 16 billion, the 25 million. He talked about all of those things. Beyond that, there were protests at the Capitol building. There were protests just everywhere. They came out and the police protected them, even though the government then did not want the protest to go ahead at a certain point in time. But they came out in defiance of the government, saying that it is their right. And everybody supported them. Everybody supported them. Even some people from the international community did appeal to the opposition, Unity Party opposition, to do away with the protest, initiate a dialogue, but they said that they couldn't because it was their fundamental rights. The Constitution provides that, and they were right. They were right. They weren't wrong. Today, they don't want that to happen, and they don't want people to say the Constitution provides that. The same law that you quoted yesterday that protects you or protected you, the same law exists today. The same law. So there's no way you would not want the people to assemble, but that is not my emphasis. My emphasis is on what the Minister of Information said. Please, I beg you, let me get something straight here. Something isn't right. Please hold on.
Before we could become journalists today, we are citizens. If there is no way that our country is safe, we cannot practice in our respective professions. When we are at war, pastors will not be respected to go to church to preach. When we are at war, medical doctors will not be able to go to hospitals except on a coercion or sanitary condition. When we are at war, lawyers will not be able to go to court to practice. That's why when you see these things happening, whether you are a lawyer, whether you are working on a profession, you got to step down and protect your country so that that country will provide an avenue for you to be the kind of person that you want to be. And that's where we are now. What happened on yesterday was wrong. It's still wrong. And no matter what it is wrong. We are seeing things happening in this country, and people are now seeing it as being right because their side is there. And these are things that we got to be stand up. To be a patriot, you have to stand first on the side of the law, because the politicians will go away. The regime will pass away, but your country will stay. The law will stay. Your patriotism vow will continue to stay on. And these are things that we got to stand up for. It doesn't matter how people feel, what kind of side you want to be on. We just got to speak to the truth, and that is very much important.
Thanks for the understanding. So the position or the persuasion that the Minister of Information will come up with doesn't hold water in this situation. Certainly not. When they were protesting yesterday, they didn't have their children out. None of them were even in the protest. No. It cannot be today the argument that the guys who want to petition the government assemble to present their petition to the government, they don't have their children. Their children are out of this country. So that should mean nobody should join them. That is a very flimsy, weak argument as proffered by the Minister of Information, Journalistic. Jeremy, when they were protesting, when Unity Party was protesting, Jeremy Pia was sitting in America with his children. When did Jeremy Pia come to Liberia with his children? When Boakai was announced president of Liberia, and it was clear that he was going to be nominated as the Minister of Information. And he went at the Ministry of Information when he was taking over. He talked it. Probably he forgot. He didn't try to sit down to rethink before going to face the public to talk about this. He said the same thing. He had his children in the United States. We didn't know, or I don't know. I didn't know that he has 5 children. He made it clear. He went about naming all of them. So when Unity Party was protesting here, when Unity Party in opposition, when they were protesting, was the minister and his children in Liberia and in the forefront? No. Why were they not in Liberia because he felt that anything could happen and he needed to be safe. He needed to keep his children safe. The rest of the people, where they had their children out, were they involved with the protest? No. But what were they doing? They were supporting. They were giving reasons why the guy should get out. The same thing. You see why God said, do unto others as you have them do unto you? The reason God said that, because life is a cycle. It revolves. That's what life is. When one event occurred, that same event will occur, but it will be at different time in that cycle, but it will be within the same cycle. It doesn't make sense. The Constitution provides for that. It's the Constitution. That's what it says. That the people have the right to assemble. This is the law. This is the organic law of the land. Except they will tell us that this law is of no effect, and they are using the Machiavellian law, the Machiavellian theory, might makes right. We have the power, we have the authority, we decide, we determine the course of action, the pace of the action, and the outcome. So that is very flimsy by the Minister of Information. I think it's all but fair. You allow them to assemble, provide protection. That is the essence of, or the responsibility of the state to provide protection. You can stop the people. No. The president himself knows. President Walker himself knows. He supported several protests. He approved several protests. In fact, when it became so hectic, it was so strong against the government, then President Walker did not call for any cessation. No. He supported everything, every protest along the way. He did not say this is wrong. We can move this way. You want to petition your government, there's a way you can do it. But every protest, they supported Heron Costa. Costa was working for them. They were networking all over the place. They created different scenes to make the government look ugly in the eyes of the international community then. And that propaganda did work. Here we are today. Bwaka is in power. And his people around him don't want the same to exist. But it has to, because it is the same law that they use. It is the same constitution. And that would take me to the other side of this coin, which the government will have to. Whether the government likes it or not, they will have to. If the government cannot respect the rights of the citizens, cannot allow the Constitution to go into full effect, the government will not be doing justice to itself. Here is it. You can ban, restrict, or use propaganda to ensure that the people don't assemble. It doesn't say in the eyes of the international community, your country is safe. What it portrays is insecurity. 2, that the government of the day is dictatorial. Fundamental rights are being trampled upon. Repression is the order of the day. Suppression is the trademark of the government. At the close of the day, the government is graded undemocratic. Not allowing the people to protest. Nobody gets out in the street. It doesn't say the government is democratic. It doesn't say that the country is safe, is peaceful, is stable. No. In the absence of respecting fundamental rights, it's instability, it's insecurity, it's undemocratic atmosphere, it's intimidatory, it's harassment, it's suppression, repression, and on we can go. You have your house and you are so draconian. All of your rules are draconian rules. What you have created in a house, the tenants or the people, the occupants in the house, they feel unsafe. They feel that anything can happen to them at any time. They feel that you will see them as a prime target. Put it on the national scene, that's the same way. So you want to respect the people. You want to get a credential. Let the people and the international community say, this government is open. This government credential on fundamental human rights is good, and on and on. Respect the rights of the people. Let them protest. Protest simply means presenting one's position. You see it at office, business center, in church, government, interpersonal relationships, community organizations, everywhere. It is the normal all over. When you call a person or when a person is stating something that he feels uncomfortable with, telling that person is protesting. Meaning the person is letting out his intent, how he feels. When your daughter goes to you with a complaint against another person, what is she doing? She is protesting that act. She is putting her petition before the father or the mother to look at it and do the needful. You go to the court. What the lawyers, what prosecuting and defense lawyers present to the judge, their petition, their position, that the judge will make a determination. Everywhere is everywhere. It is nothing violent, it's nothing chaos, it's nothing instability. It only becomes that way when outsiders, when people who allow themselves to be used as surrogates get in. But the etymology of the word and its connotation is simply to present a petition. And petition means position so that it will be addressed. That's all. That is exactly what Unity Party was doing. They were presenting their petition. They wrote placards of all kinds. They had press conferences. They faced the government of the day. It was their right. Simple. There's nothing wrong. But if the government cannot allow the people to assemble, no, then the government is dictatorial, is autocratic, is tyrannical. The Constitution provides for that. The fundamental rights. The Constitution is clear. Under Chapter 3, fundamental rights. You can deny the people of this. Oh, yes. You can't deny them. They are covered by the Constitution. They're covered by the Constitution. So, Minister Pia, I understand, but that is not a propaganda. If that's a propaganda to you, then you have to rethink that. Yeah. That's what the Constitution provides. Article 17, all persons at all times, at all times, at all times. Literally, the phrase at all times is a reference for at will, meaning it is unto the person or unto the people. That's what it means literally. All persons at all times. Then it provides the manner. All persons, meaning everybody covered by this constitution, everybody who is within this constitution, everybody who this constitution covers. It is unto them to decide what they want to. Then the law goes to say it should be done in an orderly, peaceable manner. Isn't that what Article 17 said? All persons at all times, all persons at all times, in an orderly and peaceable manner, shall have the right, They didn't say shall have no right, say shall have the right to assemble and consult upon the common good, to instruct their representatives, to petition. Please look in your constitution and underline the word petition. It's the same as protest. Protest is the same as petition. The word is used interchangeably. To petition the government or other functionaries for the redress of grievances. Grievances means misgiving, dissatisfaction, not pleased. So you take it and say, Mr. President, we put all of these together as per our observation. Since your ascendancy, these are the things that happen. We present them to you as citizens. We need you to address them. Here is it, Mr. President. That's what the Constitution is saying. To petition the government and other functionaries for the redress of grievances, and to associate fully with others or refuse to associate in political parties, trade unions, and other organizations. All Liberian citizens shall have equal opportunity. Where do we go next? Where we, okay. Yeah, everywhere. The fundamental rights of freedom of expression, the right to assemble, the right to do this, the right to do that, the right, everything, right. These are the same rights Unity Party in opposition thrive on. So you have to. Anything short of allowing the citizens of this country to exercise their, what the political word they can use for a franchise, yeah, from exercising the franchise, it was just portrayed that the government is dictatorial, the government is tyrannical, the government is despotic. That is the interpretation. That will take us to the LACC rant. I consider that rant, LACC rant. Rant is just loud talking, unnecessary talking. Like the people will say, you sound like a broken record, meaning you just your thoughts are not well organized. Like you don't know what you're saying, but you only putting sound out so that people get your attention, or they fix their attention on you. The LACC, not LACC, but LCC, Liberia Council of Churches, is also trying to save face. They are ashamed. They've sold themselves. What they should have been doing in the past, it is now they're trying or pretending, when it is clear that they have sided, they took side and they receive money. I'm not using the word allege. I'm saying they receive money because, listen, that is what it is in Liberia. I don't know about other culture, except you will tell us that nobody gave you money. But the honoring in Liberia, our culture, when a person is honored, that person pays for the honor. There isn't any free honor in Liberia, even in the church. The people who they made Father of the Year, Mother of the Year, they gave something to the church. No honoring, no award giving in our society is free. When you get money right there, later on, when you go, you will send something. You can tell me Richard Cohen, a money man right now as speaker, the Liberal Council of Churches will honor him and he will give nothing to the Liberal Council of Churches. Because the public lashed at them so much, the criticism, condemnations so strong, and it still remains strong. They try to save their face or save their image, that now they say they're speaking about what is unfolding in government, the corruption cases, alleged corruption cases that are going out, that they're following it, they're making sure that there should be justice, all kinds of crap. The Council of Churches can get the relevance they had years back. Everything they're doing now will just be for survival. But they've sold their integrity. They sold their integrity for money. That's how our culture is. They say they're honoring people. I mean, they're speaking out. Speaking out why? To do what? We know you are LAC, Liberal Council of Churches. We know that you are part and parcel of the government. We know that. We know how your hijacked the Constitution and made several amendments in the Constitution so you people will still on. We didn't know that. How they call Bishop Joseph Gadier Johnson brought that out. Bishop Dixon, Talkball Dixon of Don Stewart, and other members who other people who are members of that council, they made us to know. Samuel Reeves was appointed by Bouaka. He is a politician. When you work in the government, you are a politician. The government is a political institution. It's all about public policy. It's all about administration. So it's politics. Politics is not how we perceive it or we see it. Politics is just a science of governance, policy issues. That's all. So when you accept a position from a politician to do whatever, you find yourself in that realm as a politician. So they say that they condemning and speaking against and telling the government to make sure that the corruption case alleged on the 25,000 bags of rice, the trial of former Finance and Development Planning Minister Twe and others, and other cases, the government must show no partiality, that justice should be exacted. When you know that, LRB, that will take us to the ruling, the case. The state lawyers are arguing that the justice cannot preside over the case because she has reached the retirement age. She is in effect, and President Bouaka has appointed new Chief Justice, so she should recuse herself. She can preside over that hearing. It should have been heard today after months of recess, but it could not go on today because of the contention between prosecuting lawyers and defense lawyers. So that is put on hold. It's put on hold. Yeah. Okay. Then the House of Representatives, the House saw something that almost led to a physical fight, but it wasn't a surprise to me because I know that place is a noisy place, a market ground. Sorry, please accept the description. It hasn't been a refined place from time to time, not only this government, but every other government that came, every legislature that preceded this one, noisy. You find refinement, you find intellectual atmosphere in the Senate. Not a single day members of the House of Representatives assemble without raining insults, saying awful things at each other, almost leading to fist fight and on and on. That place had always been noisy. It looks like it was cursed with noise. Why the Senate was blessed with intelligence, refinement. See the guys in the Senate, the men and women in the Senate, see how they conduct themselves. Nobody can ever say this senator and that other senator almost got into fist fight, or the floor was so noisy to the extent that the pro tem had to dismiss or call off the session temporarily. That place had always been quiet, refinedly intellectual. Not that they don't disagree, they disagree, but they disagree on intellectual line. They don't impute sentiment into their work at the Senate, unlike the House of Representatives. Today, again, confusion between Representative Marvin Core and Deputy Speaker Thomas Fala almost led into a fist fight. What for? Gaslit. Gaslit. Simple thing. Petty. Yeah. So you don't just wish happy birthday. Oh. You do something. And just say happy birthday. Oh. Nothing happy about the birthday when nothing is done. So that thing that you can be doing all day happy. Yeah, our country we really happy. Everything happy. Any day I can happy. Okay. That will be doing it for that. So the reburial spree is on. The reburial spree. The reburial spree is on. The reburial spree. The reburial spree is on. JMB, the man say he's setting record. JB, you're setting record that got no substance. Not at all. No substance. Yeah, no substance. He's setting record with no substance. Not at all. It's only because I think somebody told me today that he worked in the Talbot government, and he himself confirmed that he worked in those government, and some of you confirmed that. So I think it is the only reason. It is the only reason that he has moved to give those people so-called befitting or state burial. Yeah. I think that is the reason. Because Why these two? Why only these two individuals? Why? Why only Doe and Talbot? Why only Doe and Talbot? And what did the president say? I think when they got the UN Security Council non-permanent seat, what did the president say? And he said, amen. He said, he named some presidents that assisted Liberia getting the UN Security Council non-permanent seats. What are the presidents he named? Did he name Talbot? Doe? But the burial, they say, is ongoing. Yeah. April 22nd Memorial Group, Remembrance Park. Yeah, there are Remembrance Park for Dr. Talbot, 20th president of Liberia, and 13 senior officials, 13 senior officials of government, inner security detail, and other officials deceased. They want to say, you see, listen, they think that they're cunning. Oh yes, they are cunning. They don't want to say the 13 that were killed on the pole by Samuel Doe. So they say they think they're smart, but history has it. We get the history. They say 13 senior officials of government, inner security detail, and other officials deceased in 1980. As if, hey man, what kind of government yes so? Everybody knows this thing. Because Mr. President just bury or rebury the frame, the picture frame of Samuel Doe, giving the family the impression that, oh yes, they got befitting burial and the family buy into that thing too. Then he moved to Toba. Doe, they, hey God. History has it. We are aware of the 13 that Samuel Doe killed at the Barclay Training Center. They want to, I see why, God, what my man, I see why Peter Tosh, no, not Peter Tosh, Brennan Spear, I see why he said they want us to think stupid. They think we are stupid, but we are not stupid. You see what? You see politicians? Because they just dealt with Samuel Doe. And the family now, they feel that, oh yeah, they have gone. So they don't want to mess everything that they did. So they changed the wordings by saying at the Memorial Park, 13 senior officials of government, inner security detail, and other officials deceased in 1980. Because if they said the 13 officials killed, you have to name the person who killed and Samuel Doe. And you just rebury Samuel Doe frame. Then what's going to happen? You'll be bringing back old memories of the Doe people, the Talbot, and everything that you did within the space of this time will be useless. But listen, yes, we have it. Why did they not say, we have heard this expression all along, the 13 that were killed on the pole at the Barclay Training Center by Samuel Doe? Hey, man, you stop this kind of thing, man. Yeah. You're having a memorial service, I know, memorial or burial. Then you say, you say 13. They say, yeah, 13 senior officials. 13 senior officials. They even put S there. Just say official. 13 senior, let me put the S there for you. 13 senior officials of government inner security detail. What they call inner security detail? Because they don't want to use the expression, they avoided using the expression 13 killed on the pole by the late Samuel Doe, which will change the atmosphere, because they have just buried the frame, the picture of Samuel Doe and his wife Nancy Doe. And you expect people to accept this thing as if anyway that the illiterate ones, the ones who are not following history, the sentimentalists, they the one can accept this thing. What you ever heard government inner security detail? You ever heard inner security detail and other officials deceased in 1980? I see you on that team, man. God. The guys are interesting. Complete contradiction of what they are doing. Complete contradiction. Okay. So that will be doing it for that. Today's the cash giveaway is 4,000. Yes, 4,000. You can play with $1 or 70 cents US, and then get for yourself 4,000 Liberian dollars. 4,000 Liberian dollars. 4,000. Let's read some of the comments. Let's see. Yama Victoria said, but you are listening to it, right? Okay, I think you'll start your conversation again intellectually. I like that. Progressive, okay. I think Yama Victoria McCall is responding to what Progressive Joseph Smith wrote. He said, this other talk show, the other talk show guy analysis can really be foolish sometimes. Did you listen to the President's State of the Nation address, where he told his people that he will give befitting burial to those two presidents, those two prominent statesmen? Okay, you want to say statesmen? Yeah, I think that what you wanted to say, those two statesmen, but you divided it. It's one word, not a separate word. And then he said, what you talking there? I think that what led Yama Victoria to reply, but you are here listening to it, right? Thank you, Yama. That's the right answer you get. You may wasted time, energy, resources to listen to what he thinks that doesn't make sense, but he listens. Hey God, yeah. You wonder how some people living in life. Yeah. Who else? Let me see. The guy still writing. Okay. Keep on writing. Keep on. Paris Lobot said, let the IG and Justice Minister govern themselves. If anything bad happens to our citizens, what you'll be coming out July 17 to protest should be treated well. Okay, yes. Philip Nam would say, what goes up must come down. Gabriel would say, what goes around must definitely come around. But fire by force, July 17 protests will go on. Bwaka and his gangsters better do the needful and allow the people to exercise their rights, or else they will have themselves to blame. Rebecca K. Science say even DeLon children and Costa children were not there, but this is their lazy argument, and we will come out to protest. Yes, but Costa's son was in the United States, and every now and then the man will brag about the piggy. He brought them here. Gabriel Wesepia is a clown. Yeah. Unity Party think Liberian people are staying with them. Sometimes serious. No, you didn't complete that line. You left something out. So it's not connecting. Okay. All right. So let's get to the line now. Yeah, let's get to the line. July 17, Agatha Glasgow says July 17 loading. Bappin Paul Lee says we are outside. July 17. Gabriel West said the country. Oh, you responding? You responding to somebody over there? Okay. Let's go. Keep playing the King's Cash giveaway. Dial star 79 and star 24 hash. Play with $1 or $1.50. Not $1.50, but 70 cents. 70 cents. So today is the birthday. Today is the birthday. Dayo Unatana. Yeah, Dayo Unatana. So y'all know what's up. Y'all know what to do. Let's get to this side. Don't just say happy birthday. Tell me what you're doing. Hello.
How are you, big brother?
Yeah, I'm good. You want to cut off your radio, Chief?
Yeah.
Cut the radio off.
Hello, already I cut it off. Sorry, Mr. Daniels. Yeah, this is David King, and I do join you. You see, Mr. Andrews, this Joseph Walker government. Like I said to somebody, I said the Helen Joseph Walker, the Helen Unity Party government was more sophisticated than Joseph Walker Unity Party government. They are no match to even the CC government by George Weah, who they said knew nothing. George Weah could not do these kind of elementary things that they are caring about here. George Weah created the democratic space for every political actor to have to exercise a restraint. Why now the people don't want us to exercise our own restraint? You know what they have done in real life? They build barricade. They put chain on it. What the guys are making them look like they protest will be some kind of serious war. Why are they putting fear in the people? People are coming outside to tell you those things that you're doing are not right. Joseph Boaga went to that memorial site because that particular day when they were executing the 13 government official, he was standing there in a high suit, green high suit with afro hair. The people were on Facebook a few days. So you shouldn't behave like you don't know what happened over there.
All right, thank you, sir.
It's a pretend. Thank you, man.
Thank you, too. Have a nice Tuesday. Let me sound it. I thought to sound this. I was following Israel's show this morning, and some of you were very made some strong statements, comments, which that wasn't right. Why it is true that it is your right to express your opinion about the government through the medium, but it is not your right to use the medium to create a hostile atmosphere. We don't do that. No talk show host does that. You don't hear Israel using those kind of expressions you people are using this morning. You don't hear me say, you don't hear AB say anything like that. Why it is your right to speak. It is our right to also protect the atmosphere to keep the country peaceful and safe. We disagree to agree, but we don't create chaotic scene. Not at all. Moreover, the medium can be held liable. When you call, you say some things. There are laws governing us. We have our laws as PU, as members of the union. We also have national laws. So when you call, you want to be careful. You go straight to the point. You don't want to say, like why people say, oh, they will bring war and then men will come down, we'll do this, we'll do that. No. we can be held liable because that's the medium you are using. Today or tomorrow, when we are called to answer, when they say, oh, AB, you the head of that institution, and they put on the radio, they're saying this, they're saying that, and people are running here and there, y'all will be gone. Y'all go sit down in somewhere that AB will go and be answering all the questions. You call, you go straight to the point, you express your opinion. When you vex, then you go in front of the mansion and tell and be yelling, say, we'll bring the government down. We'll do this, we'll do that. But don't call and say it on the radio. No. We'll not allow our platform to be used by you to cause chaos. Because anything happens, it will affect all of us. That's why you have to listen to this thing real good, this piece of advice.
Before we could become journalists today, we are citizens. If there is no way that our country is safe, we cannot practice in our respective professions. When we are at war, pastors will not be respected to go to church to preach. When we are at war, medical doctors will not be able to go to hospitals except on a coercion or certain condition. When we are at war, lawyers will not be able to go to court to practice. That's why when you see these things happening, whether you are a lawyer, whether you are working on a profession, you got to step down and protect your country.
Did you get it? Simple. Nobody call yet, whether you vex, whichever way your vexation, and say, we'll bring the government down, we'll do this, we'll do that. No, you want to find another means, another medium by which you can call. But we'll not allow, as much as we are opposition institution, we are checkmating the government, but we don't set the pace. You don't hear us saying those things. So you should not be the one to call because we allow you to call. You'll be using those things. No, saying those things, it is wrong. The very law can hold us responsible. They will say, oh, why you didn't regulate? Why you didn't do this? And then you're on the other side. We will be going through it. That AB will be standing on. We'll say, oh, the people, it was on Real Talk. AB, please call your man, come along with Sam Andrews. He was on the air and the people were saying this and saying that. Now you see what it has caused. So we know our law. We know national law. We beg you. You have the right to express yourself, but you want to avoid being chaotic. You can express your anger, but let it not go the way you think. You just say the reason why you want you can say it because when you say it, you're gone. We have heard some of you say those funny things. Oh, I say that thing that you're gone, man. Where they will see you at? Because we can't control you. When you call what you want to say, you just there's some people can call, they just cuss man. They're going nowhere. They're in radio, they can say once you put it out, it's gone. You can't take it back. But we have the right to regulate because we are the regulator. So when you call, go straight to the point, say what you can say. Forget about using expressions that will cause uneasiness. We are not here to create any panic or to cause instability in our country. Anything happens, it affects all of us, including you. Simple. Hello. Yeah. Yeah.
Happy birthday. I don't have money to give you, but I feel like God bless you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. I appreciate that. That is so great.
Thank you.
Yeah.
To this the sitting there you're talking about. This old man followed his Bible. Why he didn't do that when Prince Johnson was living? But after he had killed Prince Johnson with frustration, he buried Prince Johnson. Then he went to those children and said, Prince Johnson the one killed their father to hit Prince Johnson's children. Then after that, he's going to talk about children. Yeah, then telling them that talk about the one kill. I mean, do the one kill your father.
So
you are part of them.
You were in that gathering when he was saying that.
That's him. That's him.
Hello, man. The same thing I'm talking. You just stick to the issue. We're intellectualizing. You don't put anger. You don't put vexation in things. You say things that really. Let's go.
Good afternoon, Sam Andrews.
Yeah. What is your name? Where you call from?
Yeah. Thank you, Sam. My name is Hussein Keo. I call from Jacobster. Sam, I want to say happy birthday to you. I wish you all of God's choicest blessings with the protection of the Almighty Allah. May He grant you new experience, new grace in your new age. I know we have a companion, just I didn't have your number. Unfortunately, the morning I'll call you. So today being a birthday is a day to pray and celebrate. So not to make any comment, we just want to get your tolerance to keep the birthday going.
You finished, Hussein?
Yes, and like
I get that one. Yeah, I get it. Oh.
Yeah,
So you want to talk anything politics today? You want to defend your
today, today is your birthday, and being my ally or one of my allies, I thought not to make any comment, but to celebrate you and to keep you in my daily prayer.
Okay, Hussein. All right.
Thank you.
All right, Hussein, I appreciate it. We'll talk after the show. Hello. You went off. Let's go to the women's line. Hello.
Hello,
Yeah.
happy birthday to you. My birthday call you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Yeah, thank you, my Brazil. Let's hear you.
We praise God for your life. Continue. Yeah. The point now. We elaborate. We protect. The elaborate for everybody. Nobody will have to fear. When we go, anyone want to do, they do it. They will get record. Say, oh, the people will protect. I don't want the people will do. So nobody will have afraid. Will protect. There are one body. They very ye. We talk about trouble. You are very trouble. Yeah, and it's 30%. So 140 classes. Look at the police. Thank you.
Thank you, my Brazil, for calling.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Happy birthday to God.
Yeah, thank you. Let's hear you.
May God give long life.
Amen.
May God may see a great joy. To my point, what I'm on this on the cash for his finance. When you finish bury trouble, you go bury the other old people in that. They say they ain't born. The other person they go bury them. You need to clean the hospital. You need to try out the economy to be a balance. It's about bury all around. How they go back to 2029 in line choking. And that would die before 2029. What will step inside? What to do? House to house, window to window. Thank you, Papa.
Hello.
Good afternoon, Sanju.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, Peter Park calling from Joseph.
Let's hear you, Vic.
Yeah, thank you very much, my brother. You say, oh, we are going to protect your last 17. We are not threatening the government. Or the NPR on application to when you get up and the Constitution has say we have the right to get on the street to protest. When the government are doing the right thing for the citizens, when the citizens are suffering, they are suppressed, and government the country good, we have the right to get on the street to chest our government to do the right thing for us. We're not being in the country, government in power. They go to the pool and vote the man in power, and we're not doing the right thing. We get the power to you, we can get the system because president, you must come back to all of you. You're not going to the country, we are moving for in war, and we want peace, and we want our level to be better. And reason you say, you come to rescue us. We can tell the man last one Jeremy up here and say, oh, we get up and made. What are they get up and made? We don't get Jeremy up here. You for America. Listen and listen well. We will get in the street July 17 and you will protect us. Because the Constitution said, well, if you get in the street, you will protect them. But you not protect us, just leave us. They will get in the street. When I 3 or 4 days with me, we will come Mr. President to listen to us. And when you listen to us, what we will tell you, when you're not doing it, we will be in the street and you can listen to us. You know what? You must leave the country. Let it for inter person, let the country. Says yes, and we'll bring good person that will listen to her. Thank you, Baba.
Hello. 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 Hello.
Yeah, good afternoon, Miss Andy.
Good afternoon.
I'm taking great quality from Kuto. Yeah, I want to make my comment on the Journalistic issue. I want to ask Journalistic and Baka. For the time to allow in power, when they were protesting, those have Baka children were there. They can't call about children were there. 7 water children were there. All of them that support our protest, the children were not there. And then 2017, so we actually will not be there. They still wait for actually were not there when we were protesting, so we actually will not be there. So I want to actually will not be there. The poor protest will go on. When you made it there, they say how the job. Thank you for it.
Good. Have a nice Tuesday. Hello.
Hello?
Yeah, cut off your radio.
Yeah, I live in the radio. Yeah, my brother, even gave it in the brother of Yucatan. My man, the protest, I'm seeing what in the protest that the government continue to be afraid of. We go into the protest with clear heart, no bad intentions. So the government continue to come up with different problems. They shouldn't be afraid. They do their own. It's our time to do our own. We're not just doing our own because we want to do it. We do our own because they don't satisfy us. The king will rescue mission. But everything just change around overnight. You can't get nothing. So my brother, the government here, that's love for everybody. They should get all the chance to protest. They should get all the chance to protest. They shouldn't bring any violence into the protest to bring us for tomorrow. We're baking them. Thank you very much.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Let's hear you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. St. Andrew, for your show. Let us our Daily Samuel. I joined a discussion for Omega Market and legacy of we are. Or our Daily Samuel, Mr. St. Andrew. That person has got a peaceful memory to people in this country. You see, he's talking about a real derivative. For him, he's saying you need to unite. For me, I look at it as a important thing in the minds of people in this country. Some of us, when we think about how the late George Thomas Cleopa was beheaded, and his hair was used as a football by Joe and his statues, and today there's no grave for Thomas Cleopa, it's very sad. Even the late Sam Jokin, who was from who died, there's no grave for him. It is Walker and Jeremiah who were much to rebury Thomas Cleopa and Sandra Joki and others that died from Nimakane today, no grave. There are permanent Nibai who died in a Lutheran church. Joseph brother, what is doing for me? He said, why is he doing it for those people? Then he's saying that he's buried this person here. Yes, okay, that's a national initiative that he has taken. So we want for him to extend it to our own country. There are people that die from there. So if he doesn't do it, it's going to be a painful memory to us. He will not, brother will not be forgetting. Thank you very much.
Go. Thank you for calling too. Have a nice day. Let's go this way. Hello.
Good evening, Jerry Andrew.
Let's go. Your name and where you come from. Let's hear you.
Now, Cindy Babu calling Jerry Andrew.
Let's hear you.
Jerry Andrew, I said to you, I tell you, me, I don't want war. I don't want war, Mokanye. I bet you have the money to feed it. But let me and the man will fight. When we fight, when I win, he will pay me. If I win, if you win me, they will pay me.
Okay,
That's all I want.
all right. Thank you. Let's go this way. Hello. Hello.
Hey,
Yes.
you doing? Happy birthday.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, I got your text. I got it. Mobile money, but I will send your birthday gift later on today.
Yeah. Okay. Let's hear you.
Rebecca calling from Minnesota.
Yeah.
I'm listening to you, and something that keep ringing in my ears or in my spirit is what the government is doing with burying empty casket is not for nothing. This is the time our mothers, we need to put our foot down to pray for the future of Liberia, the youth, to pray for you people. Something is smelling. We're looking at the physical, we're looking at political, but it's not political, it's spiritual, it's rich and the rich, lazy, how you can cut it. Something is smelling, something is not right. If that the future of the country, the youth, that their future people think they can use their ritual thing to bury. Let's open our eyes. Let God reveal to us. The other day, before I can leave you, Papa, I saw a video with true weed party that some of us, when we were babies, we heard about. They said they are coming back. So Joseph Barker is doing something, because our children that we sent to school, we suffer. You guys learn. They don't want you guys to be over your own country. When Ellen was leaving power, remember the last groundbreaking he and President we had together. Ellen made a remark, said this is the time that the indigenous take over the country to be able to develop it, do what they have to do. But with the native people, because we are so hateful, sorry for my language, it is so hard. So we look at the good, we look at our own. Once it's not me, it's not supposed to be this person. That's how today we saw the light coming, we quench it ourselves. Now the progressive, we don't want to be racist, because we are the progressive and us, we are one. We are the one make the country. But if they feel to that said that we don't know nothing with the indigenous, but all the time they want to suppress us when we come to power and do a lot of things, it's not right. But we need to pray. The empty casket people burying, it's not for nothing. Mothers, open your eye. Go on your knee to pray for your children. Our children tell me to Zogo. When they are little, they will obey or they go to school. Once they get out of high school, the next thing, even no job. We also were in a country once finished with high school. We never had a job. We went to university. We never had a job, but we never got in the street to tend to Zogo for us to be living in the graveyard. No. Something is smelling. Is he going to bury Kuiwangba? Thomas Wesson? The other guy, the unknown soldier? Is he going to look for their bones to bury them too? Liberians. Thank you for having me, brother.
Thank you so much. It's Rebecca. Have a nice day. Yeah. Okay. Hello.
Hello, Mr. Andrew.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, my name is Justin, and I call for UN Drive. Yeah, you see, with the way the government is proceeding concerning the reburial of all of the old people, for me, I would say is something that is spiritual. I just want us to say like that's so fast, that's fast. Because this thing that is happening is not natural, it's not normal. It's something that is demonic. Why would somebody who is alive get into the living to at least solve their problems, or rather every day spending thousands of dollars beyond their body? People who die years upon years. That people, we are not thinking about this person is trying to wake up the old memories about war. I agree, you will tell us to not be addressing the media harshly, but with the way the government is proceeding, emotionally, we are feeling what he's doing. We all got feelings. What he's doing is right. Because every time he will try, if he's not bringing another person who killed thousands of people, he will bring another person who killed another person. Why is that happening? Oh no, the so-called wisest president has before him. So, people, we just want to say thank you.
Thank you too for spicing it up. Hello.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah.
That was Andrews.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, happy birthday to you, wishing you long life, good health and prosperity.
Amen. This voice sounds like Pastor Walker.
No, Pastor Cooper.
Pastor Cooper. Emmanuel Cooper, Pastor.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's hear you, man of God.
Yeah, my take is that, Labra is treading on a bad path. When the scripture says that the dead bury the dead, it means that the dead is insignificant to God. Simple. So why should you be aligned with a dead body, a sign or a show or a demonstration that is demonic? Because when the president said that you're going to dance with the devil, you got to get some good facts. We are spiritual people. We need to come on the air to enlighten the Liberian people. Because if you do that, it will cover the heaven over the country. And even whatever he does will not prosper. Because God does not have interest in the dead. Because the Bible says
what? Just call me in on 0776 36 40 45.
Okay, yeah. I will have a show on that because I need to elaborate more in depth in terms of the spirituality of this country.
You follow online too, because my number is on is there. You can get it as the WhatsApp line.
Oh, okay, yeah. Then I will get it from the number you send me. I'll get you on WhatsApp.
Okay.
Because let me give you a gist. Because what's happening right now? If you remember the time the president took over, December 26th, there was a fire incident. There was an initiation. They are called for 3, 4, 5 months without a fire outbreak in the whole country. The next thing is they set the fires to empower him to be more strengthened in his power, to preserve power. Which, of course, when God does not give you that power, you cannot have power from the devil. When you do that, it angers God. It's an abomination to God. I can elaborate on that, bro. Why Tobo die? Why do die? And why Taylor is alive and why Ellen is alive? Why Joga is alive? And why current president is provoking God to anchor. We need to understand it is spiritual. It's not about education. It's about spirituality. So I think I will come in studio to do more elaboration on that. Thank you. God bless you.
Okay, Pastor. Hello.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes, sir. Let's hear you.
Yeah. At my car. Let me say happy birthday again. On day
Thank you,
I'm
sir.
created today.
Thank you. Let's hear you.
Yeah, wish you all the best. You are my birthmate. I in the 28th of this month.
Okay.
So you know, we said it that Blanca was digging up old wounds and people who are looking. So what is there for you to polish about trouble? Nothing there to polish. That's why it is believed that those hands were used, but it is believed in the circle that those was the one that killed trouble. And the shooting of the 13 Congo boys was done. My mother has the photo of the 13 Congo boys. She have it on the wall. She was there that day when people were allowed to go on the scene to see what he was doing to our brothers, our fathers, our uncles. People were there. The witness is shooting them down. So you can hear you say he and all security. What kind of security detail are you talking about? Tell us. Where is the security detail you talking about?
They say inner security detail.
Yeah.
And other disease of 1980.
Yeah. You know, this is why we say if you want to reconcile the Liberian people, we are doing it together as a national memorial service
but
for particular place.
Apart from that, the government, the executive just needed to be truthful, because it is a known fact. Everybody knows that history now is all over the place. How the Titan guys were killed, that Samuel Doe killed them, everybody. So you just want to be fair to yourself, be honest, and say the Titan that were killed by XYZ. Now, but you know why they did it that way? Because they want to bring back the old memories or create division or unsettle what they did with the Does.
Liberians are aware.
Everybody knows that.
From Broad Street coming all the way when you were having your presentation, there was a girl that was in the front seat. She said, "Wow, who is that guy?" I think he sent Andrew and he all came 88.5. She said, "But we are aware. We know." So they know anybody can punish it. So let them do their own. Liberians are not stupid, as you always say. We are aware. We know what is going on. Look at the secret of Israel. After Daniel Prince Johnson, we know that he was the one that killed Doe. You go to Barry Doe, we know he was the one that killed Tower and the 13 guys. So what can you have? Nothing. That is not reconciliation. A father deeply the will of people that have cried of their parents and the Lord to be called. Moreover, the suffering of the masses, you are unknowingly taking hundreds of thousands and putting it behind quote unquote rebellion to reconcile Liberian people. That is a charade. Thank you.
Thank you too, Mr. Carr. Have a great Tuesday afternoon. Where is the man himself? Yes, as a reburial. That is a complete fun fair. nothing of any national significance associated with it. You see how God can expose people? All of you around Boaka, you're making the fun of him. It is known. The Titan guys, you thank God you put it in your statement. You say Titan, you put the number the Titan, and that is the number. But because you don't want the people to feel bad on the other side, because you know that Samuel Doe killed the Titan guys, 1980, Barclay Training Center, everybody knows, and you're just bury Samuel Doe, the picture alongside his wife. Then you come to Talbot and you want us to believe what you're saying, that we should buy into your so-called sense when they're not sense. You think we are stupid? You want us to think stupid, but we are not stupid? When did we, why your ego? Say inner security detail, inner security detail and other disease of 1990. Lo, what a man. If you ain't understand how to call himself Bernie Spear, I know you're ever on a this song is purely political. These are some of the things that were happening in his days that led him to write this song. They think we are stupid. They want us to think stupid. They are celebrating these days. That's the celebration you see from one grave event to another called reburial. That's how the politicians celebrate, and they want you to think that you are stupid. They want you to think that you don't have sense. So they feel that we should accept, just as they are saying it, they have written it, you should carry it that way. Say security, inner cycle, detail. Yeah, when you belly, ego. Yeah, I say when you faking, you will not know how to do it. Everybody will know that you are faking. Where's my guy, man? Where's the man? Let's go. Let's go. Let's have a break with our guy. Yeah, wait. 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 Don't rush. Ah, they want us to think stupid, but we are not. Let's go, sir. What's happening, man? Why you stopping my man Brennan Spear from coming? You bring the man on. That's the man I want. Yes, that's what they want us to do. That's what they want us to feel stupid. They think we are stupid. No, hold on. They think we are stupid. That's what they want us to feel like, that we are stupid. And that's how the politicians behave. The politicians always feel that you are far from normal reasoning. Things about you not normal. You don't have the ability to figure out as they have. Yes. The politicians always feel that they are the smartest ones. They are the ones who have the best of ideas. They are the ones who can determine the future. They are the ones who are just best at everything. Ironically, they have limitations. They mess things up. They hustle so hard to the extent that Brilila warrants you on and off. Anyway, you people are so very busy. So sometimes you people are off for a while. Yeah. But good to see you back on, Brilila Warrens. The country is so hard to it's not easy. Blind people, just imagine the poor protested. The first time in the history of Liberia, from 1822 to 1847, we see it, we hear it, we read it in our history books. From 1847 to 2023, we see it, we hear it, we read it in our history book. 2024, 2025, Boakai. First time. Not only that, the rhetorics have turned the country into something else, to the extent that people now, they're engaging into small stealing. Today, I think that Unity Party man go steal from Unity Party ministry, Labor ministry, called Obadiah Flomo. Yeah, Obadiah Flomo. He said he was caught allegedly trying to steal items or materials from the Ministry of Labor there at the ministerial complex to go sell. Unity Party man was caught attempting to steal. And I easy the beginning can say in Liberia is shit. Oh, the guy went to hustle. The Hatay centers. Those of you out of Liberia, we have several Hatay centers in the city. Most of those Hatay centers, they dry. They dry. Even the survival of some of the Hatay center now, that go now. Because things are so hard, the politicians, just like you saw in the past, you see sedition politicians will go to the Hatay center, mingle with the people, intellectualize, do a lecture, and at the close of the day, they gave them something, they helped the Hatay center, just like that. So people, most of the Hatay centers were packed. Today, the Hatay centers, they're struggling. The guys now, they can hardly sit at those Hatay centers because Unity Party people not going there to talk. They're not going there to do anything. But yesterday, they were at almost all the Hatay centers preaching the propaganda against CDC government. Every Hatay center, before the day ends, 3 or 4 Unity Party opposition persons will go there to talk. Today, the Hatay centers they use as the springboard to get to power with their propaganda. They turn their backs on those Hatay centers. They can't go there again. Most of the Hatay centers now, they're dying gradually. Some of them already died. Because Unity Party not giving, their officials not going there, they're not giving them anything. That's how they used to get money. So it's rough on them. Some of them have resorted into different things. Moreover, they thought that they could help by speaking out. You know, this thing that they have, they will group themselves and then they call themselves, I know, color brigade or stuff. I was opportune to have seen a gathering. I didn't know, it was my first time. I didn't know that's how the guys operate in this country. We got into that gathering. I didn't know, but a friend of mine, we just walked. I think he went to see somebody. And we went to that place. Sitting, under the Palava hut and just listen. Some of them already identify me, but I will. I listened to most of the voices, but I did not know them in person until the conversation and they started to introduce themselves. The person said, "Oh, Sam Andrews, oh, you on the radio? Oh, you are good. Oh, I'm so and so." Then I'll check and say, "Oh, so that this is the guy that I can be calling all of the time saying this." The other person said, "Oh, so this is the guy." Okay, so I said, "Good." So we're sitting down now. They're lecturing from one end to another. Can you imagine? The people have their list of government officials that they just decide to deal with. The other person say, "My man, I call on 3 talk shows today. I dealt with that man." The other one said, "Can you imagine? After I finished dealing with the commerce minister at that time, Amin Moda was the commerce minister. The man say, one of Amin Moda boy put a call to me. Say where we met at his hotel." But I said it, I just lazy. I say, "Oh, so that I looking." That group there. So when you hear some of the people calling, that whole group, they think it is an organization and they are together. But they had to, at least these guys, they're surviving because you know why? The people hearing them on the radio, the calling, yeah, like let me use Hussein as an example, but I know what else Hussein part of that group. But I'm just using him as an example because he is a unity party man. So they call into all of the radio stations. And these people, the politicians, listen to the radio. So the politicians will hear them. They're saying this about this person, blasting. Then that politician will tell either his special assistant or his PR, he say, "My man, but what the guys saying about me so? And who is that Hussein Kyawu guy?" And his special assistant will say, I don't know him in person, but I often hear him on the radio. See, the man, all of the time the man get on the air, he's saying, "I'm this, I'm that." He said, "Look, my man, try to find that man." Meaning, my man, I'm only using you as example. I know the other people by name. Yeah, those introductions they made, I think I forgot about almost all the names. Yeah, because they be a while now. So that you are used to that unity party there. So baby, try get to that guy. Meaning, find Hussein Kyawu, bring him into my office, or let me associate and so let me. That's how most of these guys they can have their money. But the Hatay centers, no, the United Party people not going there. The Hatay centers, the guys were good in Weah's time. Even though some of Weah officials could not really conjugate the verb, but some of them did. So they will go to the Hatay centers, they will discuss, they will attend programs there. So the Hatay centers were alive. You could see flesh on the Hatay center. It was lively. Today, you go around, you challenge me. You go around, check all the Hatay centers. Right now, the Hatay centers, you can see the boom. Most of the Hatay centers turn into Scarlington. Because the guys not going there. United Party men and not get time. The people use the Hatay centers as springboard. Their goal has been achieved. So no need to go to Hatay center again to go talk. No. One lines you heard Mo Ali at Hatay Center, but he was there often at the very Hatay Center. He will put it on Facebook. CEO, all of those other people there. Look at CEO today. That CEO struggling. Look at CEO on Kerry Street there, that place that used to be jam-packed. Ellen went to that place. Even in Ellen's time, the Hatay Centers, which is intellectual centers, Ellen went there. Officials of Weah government went there. They kept the centers alive. And most of the people in the morning, early in the morning, can you imagine? The man wakes up in the morning. The man get dressed well. You think the man going in his former office? That man going to the Hatai Shabo? That man going to the Hatai Center? At the close of the day, that man going home with something at 50 or 75 US in his pocket. It is based on that you used to hear people complaining. They say, oh, people ain't got nothing to do. They just go to Hatai Center. They sit down there whole day. Then they say, oh, this country. They did not know that those guys were profiting from it. They were only seeing the guys moving. If you aren't profiting from anything, you'll go there every day? No. It's not possible. If you have nothing fixed order, but your ability to maneuver, things can happen for you. Look at those Hatai centers. They are in Skeleton State. They are gradually fading out. It wouldn't be a surprise in the next few months, you only hear 1 or 2 Hatai centers. Go to them. Just go there. Just take a stroll around. Some of you have testimonies, then I think I have, because I've been around a couple of them. Why Unity Party officials not going there? Yet Nito lie there sitting at Maritime, but they were all there. Nito lie going from one Hatai center to another, talking about Boakai, talking about this. Why Nito lie can go there now? He big boy in Maritime, boss. The Hatai center is not too dirty for them. Yesterday, when CDC officials were going there, helping them, leaving $1-2 there so that they will make living, they were saying all kinds of things. They were giving Unity Party people the platform to come and counter CDC people. Yeah. They finished with them. Yeah. Now they move. They came out with their own innovation called Class Reloaded. So every one of them direct their time, energy, and resources on Class Reloaded. Yesterday, when seditians were going to those Hatai centers talking, oh, when Unity Party people go there, they get in the platform, they're talking. If the man was scheduled to talk for 45 minutes, they will allow the man to talk for an hour, 30 minutes, countering seditions or that CDC officials that spoke there, saying all kinds of stuff. Especially when it was during the campaign, and they saw that the way it was going, the counting of the ballots, the Unity Party had the edge, and it was very likely that Boakai will be a nice winner. So the atmosphere shift at most of the Hatai centers. They were calling out, see UP people moving every night there. The Hatai centers were open up to 7, 8, 9. They had lantern and all. I know them. And we in Central Moravia. We are moving around. Today, what happened? I'm saying this because in life, you have to be very careful. As much as you want change, but the very God tells us you got to be careful. You can't be too sentimental. You can't be too hasty. You can't rush. Today, most of the Hatai centers empty, they're dying. And if things remain this way, guess what? There'll be no Hatai center in this country again for people to go and discuss. Nobody has interest in that thing. When I say nobody, the people who have the cash, because it is one of the ways the Hatai center survives. People go in there, they do a lecture, and maybe they leave 150, 200. That's how all the Hatai centers been surviving. Just how you have people in Liberia, their responsibility just to honor people. They go to the ministry, they honor this person. They go to this civil society person, they honor. They go to this church, they honor this person and get money in their pocket. Why? Because they see those Hatai centers as being any important again. You're going too pathetic. I say we show around and say, Carey Street. What's the one up around that place, the Episcopal Church, behind the Episcopal Church there? Already that one part, it was not too effective. Then the other one up, I think about 4 or 5. Yeah. Strolling, seeing, talking with some of the people. Too pathetic, man. I want to see what the other guy said. If they say that just is something, they say that we just hear now. He said some of the politicians, can you imagine? The man, honestly, the man was very honest. He said some of the people now they in government, when you call them, they're telling you all kinds of things. They're giving you long story. They ain't get time to come here again. Our letter can just be there. Sometimes we take our telephone, we call, we just waste unit. Then the other guy say, but the people in government now, the people get their shows or they get the radio station and thing and they get online TV. How do we come to all again? They say no camping again. You be government a bad government, man. You won't know. They used to say CDC officials were very mean. That's what they used to say. And people buy into that. So let's take it for the argument's sake. CDC officials were not releasing. But I know that CDC officials, it may not be all, but most of them, they conjugated the verb appropriately. Yes. It would be foolhardy to damage the people as institution. No. There were individuals within CDC who were stingy. But there were individuals too who were very friendly, open, who released, they share with their colleagues. They understood people's problem, they helped them. They were invited to Hatay Center and they went there and discussed and left something with the leadership. The expression, I can understand in Liberia, we're good at generalizing, but CDC as an institution, not all CDCians, not all CDC officials were mean or stingy. When you have 50 people, you either have most people who are stingy in that number, or you have most people who are free-handed. But it will just be impossible to have 50 people, all of them stingy. Then going exist. There were officials in CDC government who were very free-handed. They could release. They conjugated the verb well. But there were others who did not. Even in their community, the people did not experience. Even when we are said that you're going in you hear people in your community. Some of you, you're not doing this in your community. You're far from your people. We are said it. It was either in the second or last year or third year. Meaning you're living, you're say your officials, you're living in a community. You have currently your house, your 1 or 2 houses in your community can't even get current. You can't even reach out to the people. Least to say, help them when they are in emergency. There are some people like this guy. I think it was my first time around the Mount Barclay area. No, it was the 3rd time. I went for a ceremony there, and so we're coming and we're taking the bypass because they said the road that we used first, it was too bad off. So we're using what they call a shortcut route. And we passed around. So when we came closer, I saw the house, beautiful, the fence and the entire place lit. So I said, but the house here, they have found. Who get a house? Then the guy that was on the other side, he said, oh, that was that the lawmaker. I said, who the lawmaker? He said, pay here. He said, boy, fine. So I said, but the place everywhere, LEC here. If you can say no, LEC now here. He said, all the houses that you see here, that that the lawmaker is a Johnny Pay. Say that the man put current to all the houses, majority of the houses that you see here, that the man free. Can you imagine? Some officials today, they still doing that. Some, no. Yeah. My future play, the Liberian people don't deserve good things. That is why they can suffer in everything. When CDC government officials were sharing with them, they used to say that the government money, so they will eat it free. Oh, yeah. So United Party people, they're not reaching out to them. And honestly, let me tell you, the same thing they said of seditionists or CDC officials, the same thing you see with United Party officials. They are mean. Let me not say they, sorry. But most of them are mean. Mean. The same way they used to say CDC officials kept their tinted windshield up. The same way today. Watch most of the United Party officials, the windshield up. The tinted windshield up. You know why? They don't want to be battle. As far as they're concerned, they have extended now. So they don't want to be battle again. They mean. Too bad. James Youngby said, most especially seditionists are mean. Yeah, I just thought to talk about the Hatay centers though, because I passed around some of them. Yeah, and we're able to have some conversation. And not easy, a rough. The politicians are the ones who keep alive the Hatay centers. But if the politicians not going there, business person can go there to talk. It will not attract anybody. No. Business person, it will not attract anybody. But when a politician is going there, because we are in a polycentric culture, you find people going there. When they say, oh, this minister is coming, or this person close to the president is coming to address the Hatay Center at 4 o'clock, by 2:33, that place packed. And the leadership knows that before the day ends or at the end of the day, something will drop. Today, nothing like that happening. Tell me if you ever know, dispute me. Since Boakan came to power, what politician you ever saw, Unity Party politician to a given Hatay Center addressing issues of national concern or about their government? I'm waiting for you. Tell me. They have no time. Instead, they've created their own platform they're showcasing. And listen, I said this thing last week. You heard what the Minister of Information said. I thought to share that with you. You know, what that means is the guys don't know propaganda. That's why you need not sit too and be speechless. You need to talk, write, counter. You can read into what they're saying, and you will see the lies. And you have the opportunity to counter them. This is the best time. Let us not be living with, oh, yeah, we are coming back. It's obvious. That statement gone now. Let's act that statement by exposing them. You see what is happening, what they're doing to your officials, and what they intend to do going forward. They're not resting. So you have to be strong too. You have to counter them. Right. Speak out. Play your part. Engage into more or a strong advocacy. Expose what your leader, what your party has done, doing. Talk. Right. The people writing all over the place. They're talking all over the place. The people only looking for negatives about the opposition, about your leader, about other people. You can do the same. This is a fight. Engage them as they engage you. Engage them. Don't give up. Don't feel weak. As they write, write. They talk, talk. Don't sit down and just rely 100% on George Weah. Honestly, I think it was either yesterday or last week when AB said Weah play a part. People need not rely on Weah again. And he couldn't have put it any better. That's true. We are just like John the Baptist. He came, he ushered the party onto the stage. The party got elected. He did unprecedented things. What more must we do now? So they're coming back 2029. The burden can be on Weah. It becomes your responsibility in this thing. You have more the burden of proof than you think we are. When a person exposes you in life, you take advantage, you take ownership. What if the person isn't around? Assume that we are saying he's not contesting 2029. Then that's the end. Already in opposition, people fighting. And let me tell you, people, Unity Party is doing everything. Unity Party is passing through some of the weaklings within CDC to create stir within CDC. You people have to stand strong. You people have to speak out. You people have to write. Writing means you countering. The writing propaganda against you, all kinds of stuff. We're seeing them. We're reading them. But it is not for us to write. We can write. They're not our responsibility. We read those things. When we see them, we come, we share with you. That what we playing yet so. We're helping you. But we're not 100% the party. Our advocacy is we are. So we are being the standard bearer. It doesn't say now everybody relies on we are. No. You have to rise up. You have to step up to the plate. Otherwise than that, the guys know the force of we are. That's why they're targeting we are. The goal is to neutralize we are so that he doesn't have the ability to contest 2029. If you sit there, you only shouting and screaming and yelling, and you're not countering, you're not doing anything, forget it. They will move on. The only way people can stop when you face their head on. That's the only way to say, but the thing we're doing, trying to Make sure that the mega extraction people sign. They see what people are doing. So they will be afraid and they will slow down. All that you see happening right now, that strategy. They know that they have failed. This year is about to end. They can't do anything extra. They can, under no circumstance. I challenge you. Take it. Today is the first day of July. Challenge me on this. Unity Party cannot do anything extraordinary between now and 2026, 2027. So they're buying time, but doing it in a way that they're creating a diversionary tactics. So they say, okay, we'll keep them focused on this. No, you hook them for this. You do this, you do that. Let's get them just talking. So before you realize it, you better rise up. Once I rise up, I mean, you'll go and start causing confusion. I mean, rise up mentally. Speak out. Right. You have your platforms. The people using all of their platforms. You use yours. You create your platform. The people creating pseudonyms and portraying it like it is you sedition who doing it. You sedition, you people are divided among yourselves. You ain't no propaganda. Well, let me show you one strategy. They create a pseudonym, and because seditions are in their millions, so you know everybody. So they create that pseudonym, create some kind of image, and then they start to write. Our party, we can't allow our party to be this way. I think we need a reshuffle in the party. The stand-up bearer, we has to step down. Our party, but they're not sedition. They only created that. That is another way of another side of propaganda. So you who know now, you will soon start getting jitter. That's what you see happening with most seditions. Every day we see the things that they just laugh. You say, hey, yeah, well, you not know. Point anything. So you only getting afraid. You only they unsettle you. You complaining, you putting out emotion, you feeling uncomfortable within yourself. Then the only thing you yelling, 2029, waiting, let 2029 come, let 2029, check it. Before you get to 2029, if you went to God and stood in front of me and explained this, God will tell you, but until 2029, what are you doing? What are you doing? The reliance can be on we are 100%. Abi was right when I heard that thing, that even I said, thank you, Chief. Because I thought that same way too. But I didn't bring it on, he brought it on. It can be. What if we comes today and say, I'm not contesting 2029 for these reasons? Then what will become of you? You can put your entire reliance in a person. You help the person help you. The people are fighting. They're putting everything against you. You just there murmuring. 2029 coming. 2029. You even know whether you will reach 2029? You want to make a difference now. So even if you're not around and we is re-elected, you're going down in history. Your legacy will live on. They say a hint to a wise is quite sufficient. I see you. The news is on at 6. And then today is Tuesday at 8. You have faced the issues with Teacher Light, Anthony at Law, A.B. Wayan. You don't want to miss it. Thank you all for the birthday wishes and compliments and blessing. I appreciate all of you. Thank you so much. You are so good. You're so massive. You're so extraordinary. Thank you. Let's do it tomorrow. If God permits, we're back. I'm Sam Andrews.